I know, I'm as shocked as you are, but here's an actual video on time. Right? Yeah, well, it probably won't be a long one though. But here I am, so yay. It is Saturday, probably not when you're watching this, but it is weigh-in day, and I weighed in this morning, coincidentally. I probably shouldn't be doing this video because I'm not right in the head right now, but not that I ever am, but right now I feel kind of woo-woo. So I haven't eaten, I worked out, and I just got back from the store, so I need to eat, but I wanted to knock this out right now while I was thinking about it, while I was still dressed. So let's do this. So last week I weighed in at 154.4. This morning, I weighed in at 153. So I lost 1.4 pounds this week. And I am truly shocked because, well, like I said last week, I was pretty sure I was going to stall this week because I had been losing so rapidly the last couple of weeks. But also, I got my period again. So there's that. So I think I've lost water weight. I don't know. It was 10 days early. So with the perimenopause, what I've been clocking in is like 2 weeks late, if anything, like either on time or 2 weeks late. And for some reason this week, and I kind of felt it like right after, like 2 days after I stopped my period, I felt like I was ovulating, and I was like, that's not right. Apparently it was. So today's like probably the last tail end of my period. So I think I lost some water weight. I'm not complaining. I am totally cool with it. Aces, glad to have lost weight, but I know for sure that next week I am probably going to either stall or gain. Because last week I kept saying it was 2 weeks until my nephews were here, but they actually arrived, well, they were supposed to arrive last night. So what had happened was we went to work, and then we went to my father-in-law's after work because my father-in-law was going to give them, they were supposed to fly in last night. I told you I'm all over the place, sorry. So last night they flew in from North Carolina, and we were to meet them at the airport. My father-in-law is giving them his van because he has a truck also, and so they can take the minivan and have that for the 2 weeks that they're here. And so we were like, okay, well, we'll drive him back home. So we met at my father-in-law's, and then we drove to the airport in 2 separate cars. And then we had dinner. There's a really nice restaurant, well, an okay restaurant at the airport. So we had dinner there, and then we waited for the flight. The flight was supposed to come in at 9:30. And then we were going to drive John home once they took the van, and then, it would all work out. And so we waited and we waited and we waited, and Rob's sister joined us, and then we're waiting and waiting and waiting. It's 9:45. It's 10 o'clock. We finally get a text from my brother-in-law, and he said, we are circling, seeing if we can land. And his sister was like, why wouldn't you be able to land? And there was also a flight supposed to be leaving for Vegas, a flight coming into Vegas and then turning around and picking up people and leaving for Vegas. And they apparently were having the same problem, and their flight got rerouted and went back to Vegas. So we weren't confident at that point. I think it was like 10:15. So, and I don't know if we ever found out from the airline. I think we just found out from Jim, but they were rerouted to San Francisco. So we were all just sort of sitting around the airport, and we got his text that said being rerouted to San Francisco. So we're like, okay, well, we'll leave the van at the airport because we'd already validated the parking at the restaurant. We'll leave the van at the airport. You guys will come in tomorrow, obviously, or whenever, because I think they were saying at that point that they would try to come in at midnight. I don't remember. But so we said, we'll leave the van here. We'll give your sister, because she's the closest one that lives to the airport. We'll give her the validated ticket, and then she'll come in, text her when you guys finally get to the airport, and she'll drive up, give you guys the keys to the van and the ticket, and then it'll all be fine. And then we were like, okay, well, we'll bring the father-in-law home, my father-in-law home. And so we were just leaving the airport. We got a text from Jim that said, we're renting a car, we're driving through. And so we were like, okay, so now we had to turn around, call the sister. She came back. My father-in-law went and got the van, and we all went our separate ways and went home. So we didn't get home last night until 11:30. And I didn't get to bed until like 12:30. So that's probably why I'm as loopy as I am, but I also do need to eat. Anyway, that was a really long-winded way to tell you that I'm probably going to gain next week because there's going to be a lot of activity centered around food with the nephews here. I keep saying nephews, but obviously with their parents as well. And that's starting tomorrow. We're going to do a barbecue, and we're going to celebrate. My husband's birthday was on the 11th. My father-in-law's is on the 1st of next month, and mine is at the end of this month. And then we're going to celebrate those 3 birthdays and Mother's Day for my sister-in-law, all in one fell swoop. So we're doing that on tomorrow, and that's going to be a lot of food. And then we probably will be doing at least 2 or 3 dinners this week, and then more stuff next weekend. So I don't anticipate any loss this next week. And I'm honestly grateful for the loss that I got this week. So it is what it is. I say that way too much, don't I? That's just, that phrase is played out. What else? Oh. So on my way in today, I got a little pop-up on I have the app for the scale that we have. And I got a little pop-up that said, you have reached your body fat goal. And I was like, I didn't know I had one. And so I looked, and I am now only by 0.2%, but I am now out of the obesity category and my body fat and into the acceptable category. I'm acceptable. So I don't know what that means, but it apparently means that I don't know. I don't know what it means, but it made me feel good. And I'm still in the overweight category as far as weight and BMI. But, body fat apparently is looking good. So I got into a pair of size 6 jeans at Target 2 weeks ago, and they're already kind of feeling a little bit loose. And that makes me happy. I'm feeling it. I don't know about anybody else, but when I am losing weight, I go through periods where I'm just like, ugh, it's too much work. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. And then I have periods where it's like a big whoosh. Like all of a sudden, I'm like, wow, I feel like I've just lost 10 pounds in 1 week. And I know that I haven't, but that's how my body feels. Like all of a sudden my clothes are fitting better. I'm looking better. Things are coming together. And I'm in one of those periods right now that I can't explain it any other way other than yay. And I kind of feel like, I feel good. I feel like I'm in a good place right now, and that makes me happy. What was the other thing I was going to tell you guys? Oh, So my husband and I talked, and we are going forward with planning the trip to England. We haven't bought the tickets yet, but we have laid everything out. We've decided to do, because the show that we're going to go see is in Manchester. When I planned this whole thing, the show is in Manchester. I picked that one because we had a friend who lived in Manchester. Come to find out, she had moved to Spain. So that didn't work out. But her kids are still there, and my husband has known this little girl. She's not a little girl anymore. She's grown up and married. But he's known her since she was 10. And I met her, I think, when she was 12. Anyway, we've decided that instead of doing the whole trip in Manchester, we're just going to go and do it in London. And it's easier to fly in and out, and then we'll take the train to Manchester for the night of the show, get a hotel room there, and then probably leave from there to come home. So we'll plan it all that way. That way we can do more tourist stuff. It gave the trip a much lighter feel, much more fun stuff to do, better options, and it really kind of got the husband on board. So I'm excited. He's really excited to see Jody and her wife, who we've never met, and he finally got excited, which got me excited, and now we're planning it. So when we get back from, well, probably before we get back from Maine, we'll have to work it out, but we'll probably pull the trigger on the tickets in a couple of weeks. So I'm excited. I'm so very excited, you guys. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I was like crying after we had talked about it, because I was just like, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna see him. I'm gonna go see my guys. It's gonna be so amazing. So, yay. I don't know if you can tell. I'm happy. So it's been a good week. It's been good. I'm excited. Still haven't seen the nephews. We'll see them tomorrow. So that's exciting. I feel good. I feel like I'm coming out of it, guys. There's opportunities happening, and hopefully I'm going to take advantage of them. So I'm excited and I'm happy. I'm not excited about the fact that it's 85 degrees and I have to clean my house, because I was not cleaning last week. I know I told you guys I was going to, and I did a little bit, but I was just exhausted. And now I know it was because my period was coming. I had no idea that was on the horizon. And then boom, there it was. So, and it's, if I may, it is not, you wouldn't think it would be that difficult to get your period 2 weeks after getting your period. But I was not mentally nor physically prepared to have it again that soon. Like, that sounds stupid, but it threw me for a loop. Like, I was literally out of my mind for like 2 or 3 days, and I didn't know why. And then I'm not a fan, is what I'm trying to say. So, sorry that I'm all weird today, guys, but you should be used to that by now, honestly. On that note, I'm gonna bounce and see if I can start cleaning. But the England trip is a go. And I've lost weight again this week. And I've lost over 120 pounds now, guys. 120 pounds. That's a person. That's a whole other ass person. I'm very happy. So things are looking up. I'm hopefully not jinxing it, because that would suck. But right now I feel good. So if you've enjoyed any part of this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time.